When you were starting out,
Hmm.
your dream, your vision for your life, maybe what you majored in college, is that what you're doing today?
So, yes, I am living my dream.
Wow.
When people ask me, how are you doing? I say I am living the dream. When I started catering when I was in junior high school, and I have fell in love with the industry. You're always serving. I enjoy serving others. I enjoy the joy it brings to people when they're celebrating life cycle events. At times, it brings comfort. You have people who might be sick or who unfortunately are suffering a loss, and you're providing nurturing for families. So I really believe food really nurtures people, and it's a great way to get to know people. So I actually went to college and dropped out to start this business. So I'm a proud college dropout. I'm one of the ones who actually made it. And so I just love this industry. I love the people I get to meet. I love the places I get to go. The things behind the scenes that you see that other people don't get to see. It's a beautiful industry. There's a good friend of mine once said there is honor in serving others, and I really believe that. There's honor in providing nurturing of food and beverage, wherever someone might be in their life. Again, life cycle events.
Do people think you were crazy when you dropped out of college, or you built a business already?
My parents were not fans of the idea, but they supported me, and so I really applaud them for supporting me. And I'm one of 7 kids, and my siblings are all very, very intelligent, studious people who have gone through college and have had very successful lives in their own right. And so we always joke, that I'm the dropout, and I made it. So my parents, I applaud them for supporting me.
Yeah, that's huge. And to take that risk and the
Yeah, it was.
Do you have money? Did you have
No,
savings?
it was just grit, a lot of grit. And when I think you're starting any business, you do what you got to do, and so you do a lot of the work yourself that you might outsource. You maybe delay hiring people because you're just really trying to get yourself off the ground. And I was very blessed. This community that, again, I've been raised in has been so supportive of me, so supportive of the work that our team does. And it really, now in my career, this latter part of my career, I feel I have an obligation to give back. And this business, this company, is a vehicle for doing so.
What's a time in your life when you faced this fork in the road? You had 2 different paths. You had to make a decision to go down one or the other. How did you make that decision, and how did it turn out for you?
So probably one of the, it wasn't even a hard decision, but most challenging times was, I would say, about 8 or so years ago. I went to the doctor and found out that I have coronary heart disease. And then the bonus was I'm diabetic. And due to family history, I was a ticking time bomb, as the doctor had said. So I had a choice. Do I continue working this crazy life, or do I get my own health in check? And I chose to get my own health in check. So I lost about 80 pounds over a 5-year period of time. To reduce stress, made a point of leaving work early to get home and spend time with my family, and exercise and take care of myself. So it was a very easy decision. But it was also sobering because, at the time, my kids were becoming teenagers. And I realized, unfortunately, I didn't know their friends. I realized I was so busy working and being involved in the community and building my career and my organization that I really, at that time, if you said, "Are you a good parent?" I'd say, "Yeah, I'm a good parent." In hindsight, I really wasn't. And so that sobering wake-up call to get my health in check helped me realize that I need to be a better husband, I need to be a better father.
What's the best advice you've ever been given in your career, in your personal life?
Best advice I would say for me is just breathe. You know, life is a journey, and it is very hectic. It's very challenging. We all have our ups and downs. We all have our challenges, whether it's health, family. You know, we're all trying to juggle so much these days. It is so much harder now than when I was a kid. So just breathe. Just take it easy. Digest whatever it is you might be going with. And don't sweat the stuff that you think is critically important, because it isn't. It really, really isn't. And you know, one of the things I like to say is life is a book, and you got to keep on reading the story. So it means sometimes you just have to breathe, and then you turn the page. Yeah. And that's just kind of how I live my life.
What's something, maybe it is technology, something that you struggle with today, and how do you work to overcome it?
Oh, so many things. I struggle with so many things. Technology, you know, I think that in what I do, I serve others, and so it's I struggle with the new leaders of the world, the millennials, the young adults that are really, you know, they are the majority, and it's their world to run, and the technology that they again grew up with that I did not. I struggle with again the connection, you know, understanding that the connection is sincere. And communicating, you know, people that I work with want to email or text. I want to pick up the phone and have a conversation. Right.
You did actually. You were the only one that called me.
Yeah, I want to hear someone's voice. I want to understand, what is it that you're looking for? How can I help you? And it might not be me helping you. I might say, you know, listen, I appreciate you thinking of me, but there's a better option. You should talk to so-and-so. So I think the technology is my biggest challenge.
How do you stay motivated?
I stay motivated by people like you doing what you're doing. I think that podcasts, paper, radio, speakers, listening to other people's stories and really trying to take pieces from their lives to help inspire me, you know, and I think that, you know, life is about learning, and so I learn something new every day. So people inspire me, and you know, challenging circumstances that they might have to overcome, you know, just a book that they read and a quote in it that they shared. It could be a picture. It could be, you know, so it really, I really try to live my life by looking not just at what's in front of you, but, you know, maybe picking up the picture and turning it and looking at it in a couple different ways and engaging in conversation about what I'm seeing and saying, hey, was this intent, interpretation, and really, you know, I'm inspired by people. You know, we are a animal that just perseveres when people are just beaten down, and they just kind of crawl back up and keep on going. That's inspiring to me.
If you could tell your younger self at any age, you can pick the age, some piece of advice, something that you wish you would have known back then, what would you say?
The stuff that I thought was important is not. You know, the things that we as young adults think is critical really is not. And you know, I wish someone had told me to breathe earlier, because I find myself doing that now with my kids. I find myself doing it with our younger associates, to really just try to help them learn. You know, I'm the Cliff Notes. You know, I'm the Cliff Notes. Learn from my mistakes, have fun, It's a journey. Just smile. Have fun. We're not rocket scientists. We're not brain surgeons in what we're doing. We're not gonna, you know, solve the Ebola crisis. But just have fun. Don't sweat it. Just breathe.